Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, and like we can all see each other's faces and yeah, it'll be fun. Chit chat about Summit. Oh, I can't believe, what was it? Has it been a month? It doesn't feel like that. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Hey, Hila. But yay. Awesome, awesome. Well, cool. Well, thank you guys for joining us on a Tuesday. The last Tuesday in May. Oh, getting ready for Memorial Day. How many of you guys have Friday off? Gretchen, you and I think, have a meeting, so we don't have Friday off. We'll have to figure. I'll have to reach out to the person who owns that meeting and be like, "What is going on?"
I know people keep talking about having Friday off, and I'm like, I've got work. I don't know about you guys.
I know.
I got stuff to do.
Oh, too fun. I know it. But those are kind of the nice days. You know, no one else is there to ask any questions, so you can just focus on your own little world. But all right, well, cool. Well, let's kick it off. And I think, Gretchen, you're in charge, so you'll be able to be, I was going to say Vanna White, but you also get to talk, so.
Okay.
Well, it's not a summit without Ben and Jen. So, Gretchen and Luke, I know you two love Ben and Jen, so I'll let you, Gretchen, start it off.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I think CJA was Ben and Trevor, not Ben and Jen. So.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
We didn't get Trevor's mug on this. Trevor was the third wheel.
But you know, Ben and Jen is always one of my favorites. You shouldn't miss that. You know, as an Adobe Analytics user, especially, you know, kind of more on the data side. So I am certainly looking forward to the previous versions, which I think we just got today. It was the first day I noticed those options, so I'm super excited. So, because that just even last week, I'm like, when am I getting previous versions? Because I just messed something up. So.
Oh no. More than Control Z will undo.
Yes, it's too late. Once you hit save. Too late. I'm like, so yes, I always enjoy. They're very insightful. You know, they had a fun little gamification theme going through their session this year. So that's always fun for me. So, and I'm going to pay special attention to the reduced learning curve of workspace, because that's one of my goals for this summer, is to help bring other people here where we work up to speed on workspace and get them a little more empowered. So I'm going to take a couple of tricks from there as well. Not just looking forward to previous versions.
It'll be good.
Yeah, I always love the Ben and Jen show. They always make the session very exciting. And I know this year's theme seemed to be all about CJA. So
yeah.
I would love to get my hands on it to play around with that. But it's great to see all the new features that are coming in, especially with derived dimensions. I thought that was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, and I did notice some new features, and I don't know if I just never noticed them before, but the one that I ran across this past week was reset the column width.
I've used that a lot. Yeah, especially when you start adding the metrics and everything. I'm like, oh wait.
I hate when the columns are not the same size. So I just discovered that, so that's awesome. I started to use the user preferences and, you know, the previous versions. I thought that was just great.
Yep. No, and I know I've listened to. I love listening to the sessions, like when I take my dog on a walk, and I feel like I was just listening to 2020. Now we have 2021, and now I can't remember where this was, but I think it was under the user preferences. You know how you can change the color of the workspaces, you know. And I thought of Gretchen because she does a great job. She's brought in like the H&R Block color scheme, and then one time it was kind of sad. We were doing a COVID workspace, and there's actually COVID hex colors out there. I'm like, oh, there should not be like official COVID colors, but there are. Oh.
Yeah, how many colors do you usually set up doing custom ones? Because if you don't use enough, it kind of messes with your report. But what's your sweet spot? I usually try to set up 4, but we work with a lot of universities, and they typically only have like 2 main colors. So I'm always like different shades of gray.
Yes. I mean, I've got 5 in my kind of normal custom palette that I use. You know, if you get enough tables, the color does get repeated in the little circle. So sometimes it's a little harder, but you know, that's enough at least to differentiate in the, you know, in all the data viz at least. So I haven't had problems with that. But
yeah, it's a really good feature. Yep.
Yes, I was excited about that one for sure.
I do like the, and I think this has been around for a little bit, but the ability to do like comfortable and like, I can't remember the 3 different sizes, but one is compact.
Expanded.
Comfortable.
Okay,
yeah.
that
Compact.
yeah. I do kind of like that. At first I was like, oh, this is really tiny, but then like, ooh, I can get a lot into my screen, especially when you're using your big monitor. I'm like, I can see everything. So, oh, too fun. But
Yes, and I was excited that you could finally default to comfortable or something other than expanded. So
yeah,
I got that set up. I think the next session I always look forward to, if not Ben and Jen, is the Rockstar one.
yes.
So this was kind of like the greatest hits of Rockstar. So it's some we've heard before. And it was kind of that hottest giveaway at Summit, since it was a little harder to pick up your freebies this year than normal. But
True.
I did manage to get a t-shirt. Oh, I was going to rock that today and I totally forgot.
That's funny. I think I saw Fredrick in one of his presentations. I think he had the Analytics Rockstar shirt on, maybe from the previous, I don't know, but I thought I saw it on him. So, because now I have my eye out for it. I'm like, oh, who was able to click fast enough to get it?
Yes.
Oh.
My secret was go to the second session because I would totally missed out on the first session.
I wasn't going to rat you out and say that.
You know, the things I do, I've done for a free t-shirt. So.
Oh, too funny. Oh my gosh. You've listened to 2 sessions.
Gretchen, you need to put that tip for next year.
I didn't want to give it away. Well, hopefully we'll be there in person. It'll be the normal mass chaos. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
So.
True statement. The mass chaos. Yep. More people go to Summit than are in my town I grew up in. So. Oh. No. Yeah, they were good. I really liked it. The free and automated click overlay, you know, it actually just made my heart happy to know that I'm not the only one that on some weekend, like especially during tax season, like every Sunday, taking a screenshot. Well, this is back in the day. Gretchen's here now and makes everything more automated. But way back in the day before I partnered up with Gretchen, taking screenshots, making little bubbles and putting the numbers in. I'm like, oh, this would have saved me many hours. So that was pretty cool. But,
the next one, Sneaks. It was fun to see Dan Levy.
He was funny. I always am excited to laugh, and then I do kind of feel bad because I'm like, dude, they're like, I don't know, unless you're like into like analytics, it might be hard to make jokes about, but they always do a good job. So, though it was hard this year because Sneaks in my time zone was like 11 in the morning or like afternoon, and usually Sneaks is the very last thing, and they give you adult beverages as you're going in, and it's all rowdy and there's big music. I'm like, oh, I didn't have any of that this year. I very, very disappointed.
Yeah, I thought it was funnier in person, no matter who the host was. But I think maybe that's why I enjoyed it less than the in-person ones.
Yes.
The combination of both.
No, I did kind of try to see if there was like sneaks like being replayed later, because some of the sessions, especially when you're doing it online, you can go to a later one, but it was like a one and done. So I'm like, nope, just gonna watch it now. And
Yeah, but they had posted the individual videos of all of the individual sneaks later.
Wow, that's
So,
cool.
But I mean, I know Dimension Builder is a CJA thing, but that would be so cool to have in normal analytics.
Yeah, so I saw that Fredrick mentioned that in Measure Slack. Is that a for sure thing?
I don't know. I mean, are any of the sneaks a for sure thing? I never
Well,
saw
that
kind of how
happens
many
with
votes
the
people
CJA.
got. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with CJA you can do. I mean, the world's your oyster. It seems like I've been listening, and that's something that's nice. I've just been listening to these kind of a lot going back. And today I actually came into the office. We had an all day meeting, so I thought it'd be nice to be here. And so my commute was just long enough that it's a session length, and so I've been trying to re-listen to some of those, even the AEP, like the platform ones, to because they talk about it, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know, like Gila, I know you guys work with a lot of cool people. Are any of your clients on CGA? Have you had a chance to play around with it?
Sorry, I was trying to unmute.
You're
Can you guys
good.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I noticed that a lot of sessions mentioned CGA, and I don't think any of our clients are actively pursuing it. But we do have access to it, and we're trying to put together something that will help make sense of what's available with the current setup that clients have, as opposed to what's kind of an add-on that you have to buy, and also what's kind of an add-on that's part of the CDP aspect that some clients already have a CDP, so they're not necessarily going to have access to that because that's a huge, separate investment. So we're at a point where we're just trying to figure out how to communicate what could be kind of unlocked now versus, versus not. So I think that's kind of the biggest thing now.
yeah.
No, I think you touch on a lot of it, because I'm trying to listen to the AEP stuff to understand, to your point, there's some big investments and pieces to add on, but I'm trying to understand what can we utilize with our, now I want to call it plain Jane. As much as I love Adobe Analytics, now it's plain Jane Adobe Analytics. How can we, utilize our current implementation, but then kind of take advantage of some of the edge network stuff, I don't know, and get some of that speed, because then they tease you go watch some of the target stuff.
That's right.
And they're like, oh, you can do real-time personalization in milliseconds, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't have my data in that format. So I'm like, oh, how can we, I don't know, I'm gonna say jerry rig it so we don't have to go full on CGA and full on everything, but kind of I don't know if try to figure out how to work into it and start having some of the lower fruit maybe benefits before, because I'm with you. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff, and I think probably all of us on this call when we were at Summit, maybe some of our coworkers, because I know this happened to me, would ping me when they're watching sessions, and they'd be like, "This is so cool," meaning CJA.
Well, we don't have that.
I know, but I was like, well, yeah, but I mean, I'm excited for it too, but there is a lot of work to get your data into the right format. And so, but that's their job. That's their job to make it look really cool. So that way everybody's like, we want it.
Everybody's excited. Yeah. Well, the good news is, like you said, that there are actual hacks of things that you could use now, even with whatever you got, right? There's limitations. I'm sure there are limitations, but there are some things that could be used and unlocked now. So, that's the good news. It's just sorting through the information.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Does anyone here using CJA right now?
And that's how we lost all participation in the call. No.
Sorry.
No, this is Todd, and one of the things that we're not using CGA, but I was listening to it a lot, and there was one presentation, I think it was like how to stitch data, where they actually said in order to implement CGA, you must use Adobe consultants because it's so complicated to get it implemented properly and connected with analytics and everything else. And that to me was just like, oh, they haven't figured this out quite yet. And that's maybe why it's more vague, but no, we're not using it.
Oh, yes, I see it. How to Stitch Data in Customer Journey Analytics by Matt Freestone. Okay.
I don't know if it was that one. It was only one that I went to on Customer Journey where like they actually sort of admitted that it's a heavy lift to implement it. And you have to use Adobe consultants.
Oh my goodness.
Don't read that one. We won't read that one.
Yeah, I had missed that one, so I'm so glad you said that, Todd, because I'll definitely I'm gonna listen to that on my way home. So oh, that's awesome. Oh, but yeah. And I think, yes, like some of the ones, nice move into the next one question is Fredrick. And Fredrick, he was so sweet. You know, he's like, well, if it wasn't 11 p.m. my time, I would join you guys' user group. So I told him we'd have to like do like a cocktails and coffee where we'll meet at 9 in the morning Central Time. So that way it's like 4 in Germany for him. But his like how brands realize values with customer journey analytics. There was 2 presenters, Fredrick and I can't remember the other guy's name. I should have put it here. I put Fredrick because he's one of the Adobe Analytics champs, along with Adam Greco, of course. But he did a good. Both of them were 2 companies that are using CJA, and I thought that was a nice. Some like you said, I think Gretchen, like real life examples. So
yeah.
The hidden treasures, definitely, Sarah. The hidden treasures with the counter EVARs, especially, there are a lot of people that were not using those. And in fact, that's something that I thought was a really good one to kind of dive into because it's something that even, I mean, it was just a really good one to kind of to start looking at because, you know, it was just a really good example.
Yes, the counter EVARs, I love them too. Where I've used them with Gretchen is, and I think Keela too, when we were at Hallmark for search. And so depending on where you clicked, how far down, like if you clicked on the 4th one, we would send a counter EVAR of 4, and that way we could start, oh, maybe was it EVARs or were we doing events? I'll have to go back and look. But yeah, they are. It's really cool. It's kind of like merchandising. You get all excited and you do it one time, and then when you go to do it again, you're like, oh, I got to go back and reread everything. It's been too long. Oh, but no, it was good stuff. And then yeah, Adam Greco and their new Apollo platform, or what do they call it? They're calling it an integrated platform for managing all aspects of digital analytics. I mean, that was pretty stinking cool. I got a sneak peek at that, and I'm just like, all right, well, I'll need to brush up my resume and figure out a new job because they're going to take over my job. But it was pretty awesome.
That's the feedback I got from someone else. So I saw the sneak peek of his presentation, and that's what our implementation engineer at the time said, well, what do I do now? So.
Exactly. Oh, too fun. Oh, that's good stuff.
I thought it was great because it just because just listening to him over the years, I thought it took his ideas and his concept and actually productionalized it, made it much more operational. So
agreed. Mm-hmm. No, it was good. I mean, you didn't win a shirt. You couldn't qualify for a shirt, but it was still cool. Oh. And I think another thing, so CGI, I think, was a big theme through a lot going on. And I felt too, like, so was the whole identity, like, and the third party cookie, and all that. So I felt like there were quite a few, or maybe I just listened to quite a few, so it seems like a lot. But I think kind of the overarching kind of theme was, get your people to log in or sign in so you know them. I'm like, oh, that's easier said than done in some cases. So, but the ones I've listened to are, these listed up here. Let's see. Oh yeah, this identity crisis and opportunity. I really did like that one because it gave a really great overview of how we got to where we are today, with Apple and Chrome and all that good stuff. And they do a fantastic job of talking about figuring out how much you were impacted. And so, Gretchen, you watched this one too, I think. I think we actually were watching it at the same time because we ended up texting each other. And But it talks about how you can look at your data to kind of see how these across time, how your data took a hit or didn't take a hit.
Yeah, so, and especially as someone who isn't as technical as as somebody like Sarah is, that made it was super relatable and understandable for somebody like me to understand when people are talking about all of this, what this really meant. So I enjoyed that session a lot, just because I really got it.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. No, and this was a big topic. I always had interest in this, especially when I previously worked with Audience Manager and the DMP, because the deprecation of third-party cookies really affects your ad tech and your on-site personalization, especially if you don't have a identity graph for your on-site personalization. So.
Yeah. It's definitely going to change what a lot of people are doing. So.
Todd, since you were brave enough to talk, I'm going to call you out again. Because I don't know you well enough yet. I want to know, do you lean toward the implementation side, or do you like more the reporting aspect of analytics? Are you both? Did I embarrass you, Todd? You're like, oh, I can't talk. Too embarrassed. Oh, there you are. Now we hear you.
All right.
Awesome.
As you can tell from my mute skills, not on the technical side.
I love you.
On the analytics, testing, and communicating results to the organization. So I head up promotions, digital marketing efforts, and analytics for the Christian Science Monitor newspaper and the Christian Science Church overall.
Oh, very cool.
And we partner with 33 Sticks, so a lot. Once or twice a week.
Excellent.
Yeah, Todd's schedule. I saw his schedule for Summit. Everything was back to back. He was double booked on sessions. He was gonna have multiple monitors in his house. It was great.
That is awesome.
He went to all the sessions. So
I at least downloaded all the presentations. I don't know that I went to all the sessions, but
yeah, that was nice, and I certainly enjoyed how they did. Having a little more feel like a real summit this year, as opposed to last year, which of course understandable because everything changed at such a last minute last year. But kind of having the schedules and Sarah and I could watch the same sessions at the same time and kind of go back and forth, kind of like we were really there.
It was fun. I know. Well, Todd, did you feel like you could run and go refill your coffee cup? Because I kind of.
Oh yeah. Oh no. It was difficult at times to stay focused, but we had 3 or 4 people on different portions of it, so we were keeping everybody's morale up as it went on.
Awesome! Oh, that's too cool.
I do like that, because you can see through the 4 or 5 slides that you guys have had, the ones that are of highest value are when the customers are talking or the people using the tool.
Yep.
And that's the feedback, I've given over the years is like less sales, more customer stories. Even if it's just showing percentages or up arrows or down arrows, that doesn't matter. Just talking about the nuts and bolts of how they use it day to day gives us.
Yes. I mean, we all like to know that we're not the only ones going through painful times sometimes.
And if you want to go down to that use case study, not your typical use case study slide, Gretchen, this is one that I even sent it. This one, not your typical. This Bridgestone Global. Yeah, did you listen to this one, Todd? Because this one was, yes, they shared so much. That's why I put it like not under your typical case study, because they just I felt like I truly could understand and feel their pain points, because I been there, done that, we'll be there again. And just they even used all the names of their different departments in there, so I felt like I could really connect and really learn. And this is one that I have told everybody about 50 million times, go listen to this one. So
true statement.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, and there was a Pitney Bowes one too that had some org charts in it, or not necessarily org charts, but just communication lines around A/B testing and the relationship to tech and that sort of thing. So that one was good too. But this one was great, the Bridgestone one.
All right, I'll have to listen. I'll go find that Pitney Bowes one. That's cool. Oh, too fun. Well, I kind of made you skip around, so yeah, we can go back. This is another one. So this one, had it was two Adobe people, and I think Verizon was the last person. It was one of those super sessions. It was so great. Now I'm blanking on all the Adobe people, but Eric was in there, and a VP, she started us off, and she did such a great job, I think, of being able to understand the Adobe Experience platform, because there is a lot going on there, and they are always adding stuff, and then they rename stuff. So sometimes it's hard for me to keep up, but she did a really, I thought, great job of giving a good overview, talking about segment match, the real-time CDP, journey optimizers are two of the things they talked about, kind of release in their, opening sessions, or, that general, what is it called? The kickoff, the really big meetings that we all go to. But I really did like this one, and gave some good views into it. We all talk about wish we had a sandbox. This one had some good visuals that I really liked. Awesome. Oh, and here, so Todd, I called it supporting roles because this is an Adobe Analytics user group, but Analytics supports so much, which is a lot of the Target stuff. So there were some fun, I think, Adobe or Target sessions, but one that we liked, that discover new analytics for Adobe Target. That was a good one, but yeah. What was your favorite Target one? I'll make sure to listen to it. I can't pick. There's so many.
The Pitney Bowes one was good just because we pivoted to Scrum Agile a year or two ago, and the presentation talked a lot about how A/B testing fits well into an Agile framework, and so that was nice to hear and get some sort of screenshots of to bring back.
Yes. Awesome. I don't know, Gretchen, do we want to jump to our next to last slide, because it ties in, because it's our funny slide, talking about testing. So we have some awards. So we had the cuteness overload goes to the puppy break, and so when we were taking a screenshot, this is the puppies all sleeping, and we realized puppies sleeping are a little bit cuter when the video's live versus when it's a screenshot. It looks like something else, but they're really napping. But I don't know if you guys had a chance to go out there, and I think they tried to replicate Real Summit with, a video of puppies. But Alex Clark, so Todd, I don't know if you had a chance to work with Alex Clark in the A/B testing role. Gretchen, one of our friends, Gretchen and I have a friend who does a lot of A/B testing, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I've had classes, you know." And Jeff, did you say you know Alex? Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but what's so funny? Alex did like I think it was one of those labs, and like look how dressed up he is, because we were just kind of talking about how I think we felt like it was a more like casual summit than maybe usual. And then like the very next session we watch is Alex, and he's all dressed to the nines. He's matching his decor. And then when he finished, he put on like this cool hat and some different shades. So he gets the best decor and finished with a flourish.
I actually missed that session, but I remember you posting these afterward.
Yeah, it's like was too awesome, because I think the session right before it was like someone in a t-shirt. Like it was fine, it looked very nice, but then like the very next one is Alex all like ready to, you know, be 007 or something like that. Oh, too fun. All right, well that was I just couldn't resist since we were talking Target. Okay, Luke, you've had him.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I've had Alex as a yeah. He's great as an instructor. He keeps the class very lively and everything. So yeah, he's
Awesome.
really good.
Awesome. Hey, Patricia and Catherine, how are you guys doing? I see you jumped on. What was one of your guys', if you're up, we'd love it if you unmuted and told us what was one of your favorite sessions, or just something fun about Summit in general that you guys enjoyed. I'm kind of putting you on the spot as soon as you could. Oh, and let me see. Let me get you. Maybe you don't have. Let me make sure you have rights to do it. Oops. Luke, are you giving them rights to make sure they have video and audio?
Yeah. I was doing that also.
Awesome. Sweet. There's David. Oh, there's a chat. Had to order one for the history. Igor, is that the t-shirts? Is that what you're talking about? Jeff, thanks for coming. We'll talk to you later, babe. Awesome. Well, cool. Well, when we're trying to get everybody, make sure everybody has audio rights. Maybe Gretchen and I may just jump over a few slides. Sorry, it was just too much. I had to go down to Alex. I couldn't maintain. I couldn't hold it back anymore. I knew it was coming up.
Well, I think we went through all the slides, so I think we're good now.
Okay, sweet. So we didn't. Oh, yeah. Typical case study.
So if anybody else has anything else that they want to call out about Summit, we'd love to hear, or we can talk about what's coming up next in July.
I had one session that I really thought was done well. It was turning the customer acquisition funnel upside down, and we're looking at CDPs right now. So it was Marissa McKay from Adobe, who's a consultant on the real-time CDP. She was awesome, very engaging, and just kind of making me think about all the different ways in analytics we can benefit from a CDP. So it was good timing, but it was just a well-done presentation too. I forget who there was a customer on too, but I forget who that was.
Ooh. Which session was this?
I've got the number actually. It's S318, customer acquisition funnel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Hey, David. Hey, I'm calling you out because I haven't seen you in forever. How's Chicago? How's everything going?
Hi, can you actually hear me? I'm not sure if you can or not.
Yes,
we can.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Yay!
Yeah.
Did you have a chance to listen to some sessions from Summit? Say that fast.
Honestly, no, I did not. It has been a giant whirlwind. So like,
Yes.
I started my job at Aldi, and basically, we just launched like an entire suite of like Adobe products, and I think we went live in like March, and it has just been a giant whirlwind, setting everything up from like scratch basically since March. And
Awesome.
it's been like an intense roller coaster ride so far.
Oh, cool. Well, this is it. We've highlighted all the great ones, so you can just start with these. We've curated it for you.
Awesome. I will take this to heart. That's for sure.
Too fun. I know. Oh, maybe someone else is trying to talk and tell us a session they loved. Oh, or maybe it was just me echoing. Too funny. No. Yeah, it's been good. I don't know. Hopefully, yeah. I mean, it was kind of nice. I gotta confess, because usually, how Gretchen and I will get an early flight out in the morning of Summit. So going from Central Time to Pacific Time. That first day is really long, and then we usually take that red eye back. So I did not miss like the really like unfortunate travel time. But
I didn't miss the escalator either.
Oh my gosh, with all the people. That's awesome.
I did enjoy my commute to the bathroom much better this year.
Too fun. No. And, I was thinking back to one of the sessions we had, or one of the summits. It was, I think it was maybe the last year. It was in Salt Lake City, and we had just gotten a new puppy. And so I called my husband and I said, you have to video record the puppy because I'm missing him. And then I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm missing you too. So I didn't do any faux pas. I had my husband and my dog, so I didn't have to miss them. But I am looking forward to next year being able to, do it in person. So that will be fun. Fingers crossed. But yeah.
Yeah, Catherine posted something in the group chat. She mentioned that she really liked the presentation from Lindsay, discovering the value of integrating Marketo to like the various Adobe products like AEM, Target, Demand-Based, DMP, and Salesforce. So I thought that's all great. I mean, because we have so many different tools, and getting some of the different brands or vendors to work together, I think that's always been a challenge. Especially if you're not a completely 100% Adobe shop. So yeah.
See.
So Catherine, thanks for that input.
I think Catherine, you might be able to do it again if you want to talk some more about it. I think we have you on so you can do your audio if you'd like.
Yeah.
If not, that's okay. No problem. Well, cool. Yeah. Lots of good stuff.
Cool.
Well, sweet. Well, I got a couple now I got to choose from to listen on the way home. That turn your customer acquisition upside down, and then the stitching your data. That one sounds really great too, Todd. So I appreciate you guys sharing them. But like Gretchen has up here. Up next is July. So right now we're trying to do an every other month with these. And actually, the guy presenting in July is going to be Jeff. So he said he had to drop for another call, but he's super excited to talk about campaign tracking with you guys. And he's kind of shown us his work in progress. And his presentation is going to put ours to shame. So you guys have to dial back in for his campaign one. He's some really good stuff planned. So we'll probably in the next couple of weeks be getting that out for July, so that way you can RSVP and get it on your calendar. But and if there's anything that you guys want to talk about, let us know and we can, get it scheduled. Or if you guys want to present something near and dear to your heart that you want to talk about, we would love to have you present. So I think you can contact us through. Yeah. Go ahead, Luke. Sorry.
No, just reiterating what you're saying, Sarah. We're always looking for presenters. So if there's something you want to present, by all means, reach out to us. We'd love to have you present. So
Yeah, I think we can put this up on LinkedIn, all three of us. So
Yep. Yeah. It'd be awesome. Well, cool. Well, thank you all so much for talking and chatting. This has been super fun to just chat summit with y'all.
Thanks for setting it up. This was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Thanks.
Okay.
Much appreciated.
See you guys.
thank you, everyone.
Bye.
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 All right.
Bye.
Talk to everyone soon. All right. Bye.